Hi, this is Heather Ashamara with Tosi.org and the Daily Shift. One word that we can anchor to throughout the day to help us to consciously shift our state. And today's word is wild. To be wild means to be undomesticated. So when we're wild, we're outside of the box of what's familiar. And when the world around us is wild, let's say nature, that means that it's untouched by human hands, that it has not been put into structure. So to be wild is to be outside of structure. And the energy of wildness is really valuable for us when we're wanting to create change in our life, because it invites us to step outside of what's familiar, to jump the fence, as my friend Francis Rico used to say, and to let ourselves immerse again in freedom, in untamedness, in exploring, which our word was yesterday was explore, in exploring something that's beyond our mind to understand, because that's really what wild is as well. It's the energy, the feeling sense, the experience of not being able to put something into familiar terms. That's what wild is. Each of us has a wild aspect, a part that is not in alignment, we can say, with following the rules, doing things the right way. And while we don't want that wild part to run the show, so that probably wouldn't be very helpful in our lives, it is beneficial to tap into our wild selves. One way we can do that is by going into wild areas. So going back to the forest, to the mountains, to the ocean. Ocean is great. Talk about wild. Lots of movement, completely untamed. A big force. And the wildness within us is a great force. It's a great source of inspiration, of breaking old patterns and structures that keep us small, and of new creativity. So tap into your wilder side today. Do something really unexpected. And sometime over the next week or so, let yourself go be immersed in the wild. It might be your backyard for now, but if you can get yourself into really isolated nature, that would be even better. And let yourself listen, explore, listen to the messages of the wild, to the messages outside of what humans have tamed and controlled, and open to the messages from the wild, both your inner wild aspect as well as the wild of nature. Doing something wild today can be as simple as taking your shoes off at lunch and walking around barefoot. It can be as joyful as going outside and taking a walk in the rain. It can be as freeing as letting yourself make animal noises when you're talking to someone, when you're frustrated, to just let the emotion out. Okay. Tap into the wild as an expression of some aspect of you that doesn't often get voice, and see what happens. Let that stem from your own divine healing and playfulness. Blessings to each of you, and happy wild. Bye-bye.